Yes. I just was looking at these crime scene investigators. Right. Each crime scene is different. Failure to examine the crime scene properly may harm the investigation. Identifying and convicting the perpetrator, the person responsible for the crime, may then become impossible. Oh. Could you get me all those investigators in every police and sheriff's department? Yes, yes, yes. Now we're having cases in courts of limited jurisdiction. Yes, where the police department says I was in the city. Yes, and I committed a serious crime per se. Yes, and I have to have a mental health evaluation. Well, did Officer Corey Hall interview me or Officer Larson? Yes, because I don't see a probable cause arrest when you're not in that city. Yes. And I did email. Well, what did that email say? Did it say I wanted to kick her fucking ass? um, I'm gonna just need to know of all of the crime scene investigator, the CSIs, yeah, of every police department and sheriff's department, and all the evidence that has been provided to convict me of any crime of a court of limited jurisdiction. Did any of them read the actual protection order? Now, let's say there's a crime scene. You decide to have a court hearing 40 days after you issued a temporary protection order. But the RCW say 14 days. You decide to have two attempts of service, but you never served me. Yes. You decided to issue a court order without the required signature of the petitioner. Right. Without any actual notice to myself. Right. Without any opportunity to speak to the actual judge. That's correct. How many crime scene investigators think that there's enough evidence to convict those in the judiciary of the fraudulent issues? Now, it looks to me like police and sheriffs have refused to acknowledge a crime scene, ouch, known as a court, a court hearing, ouch, where for some reason you thought, well, we can attempt service twice, but we don't actually have to serve the individual. We can issue court orders where we don't have to actually have the petitioner in court. We can use the state court seal and the signature of an elected oath of office without her actual knowledge or her acknowledgement. And then we can continue to arrest the individual numerous times. And then we can say the guy's crazy. Ooch. We can do it as a city. Pooch. We don't require the authority of the state constitution or the state Supreme Court. There is no need for the involvement of the Attorney General in each of these decisions, and we don't have to be a court of general jurisdiction because of the. Now, I would say, yes, if I were a crime scene investigator and I had emailed to police and sheriff's departments throughout this nation, right, an actual copy of RI.PDF, yes, where the actual protection order says that the respondent did not receive notice of court hearings, yes, that they themselves have some personal liability as police and sheriff's departments.